Morning, Fraser. Gonna run off quick to the church. Just go and open the doors for the roofers there, because the roofers are back. We got part of the roof done already, and then we'll go from there. One thing at a time. But you know, that's the start of the day. Marco's banging on the door already. So, anyway, let's get the day started.
There.
Hi. Hey, buddy. So I'm just doing some fish up, getting it prepped for smoking. So I got some Demerara sugar down there. Sprinkle a little bit in the bottom. Sprinkle some kosher salt, coarse salt down there, and a little bit of Montreal steak spice. And I'm just gonna keep layering.
There. How's that?
Can't tell you.
Now I can see the bucket and your face, except when you go behind the cupboard.
Now you can see my face. So I like to take the bones out. I don't like to have any bones in my smoked salmon at all. I mean, I can pull them out afterwards. They're pretty obvious, but I prefer not to. I actually prefer to pull the bones out of all the fish that I have. Debone them pretty much completely right from the beginning, right from the get-go. But beginning of Chinook season, I am usually a little bit lazy with that. I like to slice all my smoked salmon going into that, you know, in this manner. Look at that. That's just beautiful looking fish, right? And then in between each layer, a little more sugar. A little more salt. A little more steak spice. I think I got a migraine. No. Can you get me an Advil and Tylenol, please?
How much?
2 of each. Took them on pretty quickly. Pretty big.
You were getting stressed about the roof.
What's that?
You were getting stressed about the roof.
I don't feel stressed about the roof. Alright, taking a break. Got a migraine. Losing my vision. Continue in a bit here. Right, I'm back. We'll keep going. Love you.
Thank you. Don't forget to eat your sausages.
Yes, ma'am. She's always making me eat, you know? What's that? I took my pills.
Did you?
Oh, yeah.
Just now?
No, before I went and laid down.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, because you didn't before you went to the church. I was just making sure.
Wait a minute, which pills?
You daily one.
I thought you meant those ones. No, I didn't take the daily ones. Can you grab them for me? Sorry, real quick. Thanks, baby.
Okay.
Okay, go to work.
I'll be back at 1:15.
Okay. Crap.
I sent Sandra one of those homemade emojis.
Oh yeah.
She's like, how did you do that? She got a phone now.
Oh, did she?
She's in the cell phone world now.
I thought she had. How'd she get other stuff before?
What? She only sent through Snapchat.
Yeah, but how did she have Snapchat without a cell phone?
Because she had a tablet.
Oh.
Yeah. So she could watch her movies and stuff. Bye.
See ya. Love you.
Love you too. Oh, and I almost forgot my tea now. After
Sorry.
feeding you pills. Right here.
I have no glasses on. There's still a little bit of vision that I can't see on this side, but my main vision is fine, so. And I can't leave the fish here forever. And if I hadn't got up, Allie wouldn't have gone to work, so. That wouldn't hit like a ton of bricks though. It would just like, normally it kind of comes on slow, and I don't know, like I have to, it starts off almost like you know, you look directly into the sun or something like that, or something flashes in your eye and you get that spot you can't see. Well, that's kind of how it usually starts. Not today. Today it was like full on, like bam, just like right there, and it was absolute blind spots that I couldn't see. But normally it creeps up on me, right? It starts out small and gets bigger and bigger and bigger, more pronounced. But it was a relatively short one today. Well, it was short, not relatively, it was short. So, the pain will still come. Missed a couple. Means if I missed them there, might be missed them elsewhere. Well, A, I have no glasses on, so I can't see, but I'm really going by feel here. So these ones I'm not going to smoke. The other one was a marbled salmon, so it was a mix of white and red meat. And I've been told, I don't know, but I've been told, and I don't want to waste it, that it's not the best tasting. Now, people said the same thing about white meat, just straight white meat, and I find them very, very tasty, but you know what? I wanted an excuse to smoke some fish anyway. But this is beautiful pink colored, or red colored, whatever you want to call it, Chinook, so I'm going to be sealing this one up in vacuum packs and putting them in the freezer. But I got a bunch of other ones, older fish. How do I know they're old? They were caught last year, and so I'm going to thaw those out, and I'm going to put those in for smoking as well. Because they're still good, but again, it's an excuse to smoke fish. Right, but I apologize. I kind of came here quickly and didn't realize that I'd forgotten you at home, so I've done a bunch of stuff, but chat more about that later. I'll show you a little bit of the stuff we've done. But right now, I'm working on this, and this is going to go into this here cabinet, and countertop has to go back there. So this portion, and part of this portion has to come on. So that's what I'm working on right now, because I want to get it to fit. It's still going to be movable for now, but I want it to be able to fit back in there. That's the goal. So I got to come flush to here.
So in theory, brought the wrong bits. So I gotta run home for a minute, grab the right bits, I'll be right back. Be back in a bit. Okay, I want to use the battery excuse, but I forgot to turn the camera on. Thought it was on, but nonetheless. Routed this off flush. Just going to work on this little piece here. Alright, so I got all that done. Just got to get to here. So I'm going to try the oscillating saw. See how that works. Oh, I'm very happy with that. Very happy with that. I like it. It's like 57 and a half, actually. 57 and a half. So from there to here. Oscillating saw worked actually great on here, so. I don't know if I can control the router as much as I need to. You know? Not enough control. Not enough control. Yeah, I just want to make sure she's okay. She's tight. That was the plan. Swing it a little bit. Still going to be tight, but hopefully not as tight. Still stepping up. It's already better before. Yep. That comes up higher, wider. Yeah, dog. Oh yeah.
So round it back out.
A little bit, just a hair.
Well, yeah, and your receptacles. You're gonna take out your receptacles at the same.
Nope.
Oh, that's good. top pops off, doesn't it?
I wouldn't say it pops off, but it could. Yeah, actually, that's a good idea. My pit driver should be in the other room. You're pretty smart, Sam. What's that? It was. It still is. Looks like a drill. Looks like a wall drill. One was here paying attention.
Wait, what, you're gonna come through here?
Yeah. Think I'll fit?
Yeah, well, you're gonna fit. Is it gonna be something you wanna do all the time? Probably not.
Probably not.
Have her.
Sweet.
I'm guessing you didn't want to wait for the flooring to go down first?
Well, this is not going in permanent right now.
Okay.
It's just going in so that I can get an idea of how I've got to finish it and what height and all that sort of stuff. So I'm going to get chair rail, put it up here,
Okay.
right along here, finish that off. Yeah.
Put your glasses on the chair.
Ooh, that's going to be down below because I can't go above.
Kind of have to.
Be perfect here. Okay, be better is fine, but be perfect, come on. Without asking for much.
Oh, you're the one to cut it this tight.
Yeah, my cuts are not normally this tight. Just saying.
She's in.
She's in. I like that.
Good. It's clean.
That angle doesn't look bad there. Sweet.
And then we measured where the baptismal tank is going to sit in relation to this hole.
Yeah, basically it's just going to go right up against,
Okay.
right? And then, you know, you may have to, well, you have to stand them up close up here anyway, right? Take them down this way. I think most times you took them down that way.
Yeah.
You might have to change that.
All right.
I'll figure it out. We'll try that. That's it for today, man.
Yeah.
Sorry, buddy.
Sorry, why are you apologizing to me?
Well, because I got to stop. All right. I'm very pleased with that. So that's going to be in there like that. I like it. I like it a lot. It's good. That's enough for the day. Hey, Fraser. Hope you're having a good day today, bud. I feel jacked today because, you know, I'm doing things. I'm going out with a buddy of mine tonight. We're actually going fishing. I'm not going to be videotaping it because it's on his boat. But he wanted to go fishing, so we're going to go fishing. So, but yeah, I've been doing 1,000 different things. All I was planning on doing today really was going fishing tonight and getting the fish prepared for, you know, doing the smoking, which was going good actually. You know, cut it up. What do you call it? The stuff that was frozen, the older stuff. You know, thawed it nicely, sliced it all up, got it going. I think I used a little too much salt. I didn't check my recipe, and I think I used too much salt, but I think it'll be fine. But that'll sit overnight, and I'll smoke it tomorrow, kind of thing, right? But I got a migraine to start with, which kind of threw a wrench into things, right? And it hit just bam. It was just like, again, most of the time they come on nice and slow, or you know, there's a little bit of something you can't see, and it's just like weird, and you just kind of look and try and see if you're actually losing your vision, but you can't quite make it out. And then over the course of, 5 minutes or so, then you realize you are losing your vision and away it goes kind of thing, right? But this time it was just like, boom, it was just there. It was just missing. It was just there instantly. So it was like a little bit aggressive, more than it normally is, which I didn't like, but took my meds right away and went in and laid down. And fortunately this one didn't last a terrible amount of time as far as the vision goes. And the meds dealt with the pain, so it was all good. I assume that the meds dealt with the pain. I did have Craig praying for me as well, so I'll take that too. But yeah, nonetheless, then after I got up, I finished off the fish, because I had to finish that off. I couldn't leave that. And then Sharon texted me and said, I got a project I need you to do. So I went down to the CE building and took a look. And she wants me to build this thing, which I will build. But it's a kick plate for under the stove. And I'm looking under the stove and I'm like, okay, well, for starters, the stove, there's old tile under there. For 1,000 years that tile's been there. And most of it's been cracked out, but the stove was too heavy to move, so nobody's ever moved it. So they didn't take out the old tile. You know me. If I'm going to do a job, I want to do it right. Plus, the front legs of the stove were literally on a little tiny sliver of tile. It's like, I can't do that. Anyway, wound up moving the stove out. It's a big industrial stove. Used some leverage and discovered that it actually moved fairly easily, so it wasn't a big deal. But I didn't get that, because I went down there quickly to see what the project was. I didn't bring the camera, so I apologize for that. But that got done. And then I went in and I wound up bringing the camera back, but we had started taking out stuff out of that one room because I found out that the mast, the electricians coming to fix the mast and the hydro lines coming in, raised those up with a bigger mast on Tuesday. So I took out that cabinet out of the one room, and as I'm taking that out, I'm trying to take the books, I'm trying to just remove it. And there's a whole bookshelf above, right, with books stacked on it. And the only thing holding that bookshelf up was one big book down below, supporting the whole shelf, with about 400 pounds of books. But, it's all good. It turns out that was done on purpose because they knew they couldn't support the books otherwise. So that was Katie. They did that. Nonetheless, got the cabinet over there, got it cut up, which actually worked out well. I brought my big router in, and that worked out really well for the straight one because I had a bit that would take me right along the edge of the cabinet below because I needed that one flush to the side. So that worked out nicely. And then the other side I had to kind of mess around with, and I actually had to cut it a couple times. I cut it just a hair too tight. So, and my cuts are not normally that accurate, so I was pretty happy with that. But nonetheless, fixed it up. Sam gave me a hand moving it in there, and looks great. It's still movable right now. It's not fixed in place, but it's in. It's good. It's done. It's all I'm worried about for now. I've got to do a little bit of mudding in there, but I just didn't have time today. So, and again, then I rushed home, and I've got to try and get a hold of Telus. I've got to get a hold of Shaw because I've got to get all this stuff arranged because they need to know that the hydro's coming on Tuesday, and the mast is going up because they've got to raise their stuff. And so I feel a little jacked. I feel like everything I'm doing is doing very quickly right now. So I apologize for that. I'm trying to slow down. And I got to go out in 20 minutes. So, I'm buying the food tonight. My buddies, we're taking his beautiful boat, 26-foot boat, aluminum, big enclosed cabin. So we're going fishing on his boat tonight. I'm bringing the food, and we're just going to see what we can catch. Sit around, chat, and fish. Yeah. So that's the day. So I'm not going to make it long for a chat today because, again, I'm one of those guys. I've got to rush. I'm going to be pacing in a minute here and all sorts of stuff, right? So, but nonetheless, we are in chapter 26, Psalm 26. Another Psalm of David. Vindicate me, Lord, for I have led a blameless life. I have trusted in the Lord and have not faltered. Test me, Lord, and try me. Examine my heart and my mind. For I have always been mindful of your unfailing love, and have lived in reliance on your faithfulness. I do not sit with the deceitful, nor do I associate with hypocrites. I abhor the assembly of evildoers, and refuse to sit with the wicked. I wash my hands in innocence, and go about your altar, Lord, proclaiming aloud your praise, and telling of all your wonderful deeds. Lord, I love the house where you live, the place where your glory dwells. Do not take away my soul along with sinners, my life with those who are bloodthirsty, in whose hands are wicked schemes, whose right hands are full of bribes. I lead a blameless life. Deliver me, and be merciful to me. My feet stand on level ground. In the great congregation I will praise the Lord. David did not always live a blameless life, as we find out later on. He does some pretty big screw-ups later on, but again, still God calls him a man after his own heart. Not because, I mean, David committed adultery. David murdered the husband of the wife that he committed adultery with. But God calls him a man after his own heart. Not because he did those things, but because after he did those things, once he was confronted with it, he legitimately repented, turned to God, and asked for forgiveness. And then, everybody makes mistakes. Everybody screws up. We can look at all sorts of people and say, oh, those are, look at this. They say this, but they've done this. Everybody screws up. I screw up. I make mistakes every day. But I'm trying to live my life according to Christ. If I screw up, I screw up. But that's what grace is, right? Okay, sorry, Lord, I'll do better next time. I'm not living in that sin. I'm not living, continuously doing evil things and all that sort of stuff, right? But when I do screw up, it doesn't matter what you've done. God's willing to forgive you. You just have to legitimately turn heartfelt and ask for forgiveness. Turn away from your sin and turn towards God. Keep your eyes focused on God. That's all he asks. What, O man, does the Lord require of you? To act justly, to love mercy, and to walk humbly with your God. God loves you very much, man. I love you too. I miss you. I look forward to seeing you again. And I will post more tomorrow.